Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 78. It is Thursday today. It is foggy and gray and cold and kind of just a little bit here in Cincinnati today. My friend left a message this morning and she said, I feel like I have a full moon hangover. And I feel that today. So I arrive in this space a little sluggish and knowing that whatever energy is going to move through serves me and serves all of us. And so it may be a bit of an energy clearing that we are going to do together in this space today. So full moon in Taurus. Taurus is the bull, the stubbornness within each of us that likes to run the show sometimes. And what I have noticed this week is quite a bit of the content I've been creating has been based around the mind and how the mind impacts our relationships and, those loops and patterns we can get into that spin us out or put us into these spirals. It takes a conscious effort to step out of those and to change the focus of what we are creating in our lives. I'm being really careful and precise with my words as we talk about the power of the mind. And so the word I kept feeling this morning is steady, like staying steady. And that's an energy, that's an energetic, it's a feeling that we hold within ourselves individually. And the more of us who hold that steady feeling, the more steady the collective energy becomes. The more wobbly we get in our own energy field, the wobblier everything around us becomes. And so it serves to really put some attention on staying steady. But here's how the mind works. I had that title or thought come through when I was just sitting quietly before recording this, and immediately my mind is like, you've probably used that title before. It's probably something you've already said. You're just going to be saying the same thing again that you've said before. Thank you, sweet mind. So I looked through the YouTube list of titles and I'm like, steady's in there a few times already. And so I come back to this meditation space and I check in again, like, Really? Is that what we want to say? Is that the feeling of what needs to be shared today? And I got a clear yes. Yes, like this idea of staying steady, we need to keep coming back to it. And when we are moving in these human journeys, these infinite, big, huge souls in these limited, human, dense, fear-based, chaotic bodies, there's going to be rockiness. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be times we feel like we're sitting in the rowboat in the middle of the lake and the wind starts kicking up and the boat's rocking and everything feels topsy-turvy and maybe we'll get thrown out and things get a little unsteady. So when we consciously invite our minds to feel, to sense, to listen to the vibration of the words, staying steady, then our bodies can start to calm down, our minds can start to slow down. We can begin to create that harmony again within our individual selves. And perhaps it's, right, just exhaling, letting go of the fear or the worry. When we exhale, we bring more oxygen into the cells of our body. So you might find as you're listening to me, it's what I'm noticing for myself, like my body, my muscles are starting to relax just by breathing a little deeper and exhaling out some of whatever has had us feeling unsteady. As we relax our muscles, as we bring more breath into our bodies, the mind, the activity of the mind begins to slow down a little bit. And then those thoughts that were looping are not quite as intense, or perhaps there's a little bit of space in between the thoughts. And so we can breathe even more deeply, relax our muscles even a little more. And in this space that's a little calmer, a little quieter, we can explore whatever it is that's coming up in our journey, whatever the full moon in Taurus has brought forward, whatever you have grabbed the bull by the horns about. We can look at it without coming from a place of fear or the winds capsizing us. We can just look at whatever it is that is present for us right now and breathe and just be with whatever those things are that have felt rocky. And we run the fear all the way through down to our feet, so we can just hand that over to the earth. And we breathe a little bit more and expand the space within ourselves, within our body. And slow down the thinking even a little more. Sometimes in this space we start to forget what was it we were even worried about. What was the thing that even had us feeling rocky? Because right now everything feels good. It feels a little steadier, a little calmer, more manageable. So, yeah, we just breathe. And we feel the vibration of the words, staying steady. We know what steady feels like. We have experienced steady many times in our lives. We know what it feels like to sit in the calmness of a rowboat in the middle of a lake, looking around at the shore on all sides, knowing there is no wind today, there is no rockiness today. We can look at the reflection of the water, the sky being reflected in the lake. We could perhaps even see the fish that are moving underneath the surface of the water that we didn't notice before when it was all rocky and bumpy. We can look off to the shore in the distance and see the beauty of the trees. Here in Cincinnati, the trees are all changing colors, so everything is oranges and reds and yellows and greens and browns. When we are staying steady, the landscape changes. Life becomes more about the beauty and the pleasure and the enjoyment of it, not the chaos and the trying to find some sort of balance or normalcy. When you stay steady, feel the vibration of the words, staying steady. When we feel that, then everything around us settles down and we can start to tune back into the beauty of our lives. We can see where we have room to be grateful. We have such gifts, such abundance of love and support and pleasure, and we are back in a space that is expansive and creative and abundant instead of a space of survival. So we may come back to the word steady many, many times in this podcast. I may repeat myself and say the same words again and again. And if I do, it's because it serves. It serves right now to feel the vibration of these words, to slow everything else around us down, to slow the center of us down, and to hold the vibration of steadiness. It serves us first individually, and then it serves everyone around us. So breathe again, relax your muscles, and then allow your heart space, your solar plexus, your throat to anchor the words, to anchor the feeling, staying steady. Anchor it into your being, your body, your mind, your soul. And then relax again and expand your space. Yeah, and then you just keep breathing. You allow those words to become your mantra today. Staying steady. Staying steady. It can become like a little drum beat or a heartbeat or a sing-song that's really slow and peaceful. Or it can just be the reminder to exhale, to release, and to come back to stillness inside your center of your being. Staying steady. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.